You make a simple decision and then spend the next 3 hours second-guessing it, even after you've already thought it through a dozen times. What if you could finally quiet that mental noise and make decisions with calm, total confidence? In this video, I'll share 5 research-backed strategies used by neuroscientists and top performers that will permanently rewire how your brain handles overthinking. I used to lie awake at 2 a.m., replaying a single conversation from 6 years ago. Sound familiar? Overthinking isn't just annoying. Neuroscientists at UC Santa Barbara found that chronic overthinking physically shrinks the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for clear decisions and emotional control. The problem is, most people try to think their way out of overthinking, which only makes it worse. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to interrupt that cycle and replace it with something far more powerful. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. And this one is backed by hard neuroscience. Most people experience a swirling, nameless sense of dread when they overthink. Naming that emotion out loud or in writing with precision is one of the fastest ways to reduce its power over you. A landmark study from UCLA found that simply labeling an emotion reduces amygdala activity by up to 50%. Your amygdala is your brain's panic button. When you name what you're feeling, not just "I'm stressed," but "I'm afraid this project will fail and people will judge me," your rational prefrontal cortex activates and takes back control. Think of it like turning on the lights in a dark room. The monster shrinks. Here's how to apply it. First, the next time your mind starts spinning, pause and ask, "What exactly am I afraid of right now?" Second, write it down in one specific sentence. No paragraphs, no spiraling. Third, rate the intensity from 1 to 10. You'll notice it almost always drops just by doing this. Avoid the common mistake of saying "I'm just anxious." That's too vague. Precision is the tool. Instead of "I'm stressed," try "I'm scared. My idea will be rejected in tomorrow's meeting." But that's not all, because naming the thought is just step 1. This next one is crucial, especially if you're someone who gets stuck in decision loops. The 2-minute decision rule states, if a decision won't matter in 5 years, give yourself a maximum of 2 minutes to make it. Simple, ruthless, effective. Research from Princeton neuroscientist Jonathan Cohen shows that analysis beyond a certain threshold actually decreases decision quality, not improves it. Your brain floods with competing signals, and the signal-to-noise ratio collapses. Overthinking isn't deep thinking. It's noise dressed up as thinking. The psychological term for this is decision fatigue, and it's why Barack Obama famously wore only gray or blue suits. One less decision, more mental energy for what matters. Here's how to use it. First, categorize every decision as a 5-year or a 5-minute decision before engaging with it mentally. Second, for 5-minute decisions, set a literal timer on your phone, 2 minutes. Third, when the timer ends, commit. No going back. The golden rule: a good decision made fast beats a perfect decision made never. For instance, instead of spending 45 minutes choosing a restaurant, decide in 90 seconds and redirect that energy toward your actual goals. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful. Most people don't know this, but one of the most counterintuitive tools psychologists use for overthinkers is this: give your worry a time slot. Scheduled worry time is a cognitive behavioral therapy technique where you designate one specific 15-minute window per day to do all your worrying and actively postpone anxious thoughts until that window. A study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychopathology found that participants who used scheduled worry time reduced daily anxious thoughts by 35% in just 2 weeks. Here's why. Your brain treats worry like an unfinished task. It keeps returning to it because it thinks you haven't dealt with it. When you schedule it, your brain gets the signal, "This is handled," and releases the loop. Think of it like putting a notification on snooze. The brain relaxes because it trusts the reminder is set. Here's how to do it. First, Choose a consistent daily time. 5 p.m. works well for most people. Never right before bed. Second, when an intrusive thought hits during the day, literally say to yourself, "Not now. I'll think about this at 5. Third, during your worry window, write the worries out, then close the notebook. That's it. The mistake most people make? They say, "I'll think about it later," with no actual plan. Your brain doesn't believe vague promises. Give it a specific time. You've already watched this far, so let me share the one that changed everything for most people. Here's a question. Will this matter in 10 years? In 5 years? In 5 weeks? The zoom-out reframe is a perspective technique that interrupts emotional tunnel vision, the state where a problem feels enormous simply because it's close up. Psychologist Susan Nolan Hoeksema at Yale, one of the world's leading researchers on overthinking, found that overthinkers consistently overestimate the long-term impact of negative events. Your brain, wired for threat amplification. A critical comment in a meeting feels like career-ending evidence of your incompetence. But zoom out, and it's one data point in a 1,000-day story. This works because your brain physically cannot maintain panic while simultaneously holding a wide-angle perspective. Here's how to apply it. First, when the overthinking spiral starts, ask 3 questions in sequence. Will this matter in 10 years? Then, in 10 months? Then in 10 days? Second, for each no, physically relax. One part of your body, shoulders, jaw, hands. Third, restate the problem out loud from the 10-year view. Notice how different it sounds. Instead of "I embarrassed myself in that meeting," try, "I had an awkward moment that no one will remember in a week." This brings me to the most underused secret of overthinkers everywhere. There's a scientific reason for this, and it's fascinating. When you're overthinking, your body is physiologically still, and that stillness feeds the mental loop. Physical movement is one of the fastest neurological interrupt signals your brain can receive. Harvard Medical School psychiatrist John Ratey, author of Spark, documented that even 10 minutes of movement raises dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin levels, the exact neurochemicals overthinking depletes. More powerfully, movement shifts blood flow from the emotional limbic system to the motor cortex, physically reducing the brain's capacity to spiral. Thousands of people have used this single principle to break through decision paralysis they'd been stuck in for months. Here's how to use it. First, the moment you notice a thought loop starting, stand up immediately. Second, do 60 seconds of physical movement. Walk, jump, stretch, anything. Third, return to the problem only after moving. You'll find your perspective has genuinely shifted. The mistake? Waiting to feel ready to think clearly before moving. Clarity follows motion. It doesn't precede it. Don't wait until Monday. Don't wait until you feel better. Move first. Think second. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Number 1. Name it to tame it. Label your emotions with precision and shrink them instantly. Number 2. The 2-minute decision rule. If it won't matter in 5 years, decide in 2 minutes. Number 3. Scheduled worry time. Give anxiety a time slot so your brain can finally let go. Number 4. The zoom-out reframe. Interrupt tunnel vision with the 10-year, 10-month, 10-day question. Number 5. Motion destroys paralysis. Move your body first, and clarity will follow. Remember, overthinking isn't a personality flaw. It's a habit, and habits can be broken. You already have everything you need to change this. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is one small action taken before you feel ready. Don't wait until the overthinking costs you another opportunity, another relationship, or another year. Start with just one technique from this list. Today. Pick the one that hit hardest. I promise you, 30 days from now you will not recognize the version of yourself that used to spiral. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this content. Subscribe for more science-backed self-improvement every week. And drop a comment below. Which of these 5 strategies are you going to try first? I read every single one, And if you want to go even deeper, watch this video next on how to build unshakable focus in a distracted world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.